And welcome back, everybody. We got what's going to be definitely a great podcast to start this year. Now, I'm not sure that this is our first podcast of the year. I don't know. Did we do another show this year? Or was that pre-recorded last year?
I think we recorded two,
okay.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, okay, that might make sense. That might make a whole lot of sense. Well, we're back. We actually have a good amount of topics. We got extra topics than normal this week because we got to talk about a lot of stuff that's happened. But of course, before we get there, as always, I am the host of this here show, Armin. You guys can follow all those links and find me. And I am joined, as always, by Mitch.
Is this... We do use the video for StreamYard now, don't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, then the link tree's on the screen. Type that in.
Type that in. Or it's in the links below. You can also find it there. It's easier than typing. You can just click it.
You can find my conscription number. This might be my last one before I'm shipped off to Ukraine. Against my will.
Wait, what?
Have you not seen it?
Wasn't yesterday your birthday? Does that
yeah, and the British Army chief came out and said that the UK Army's too small, so you might have to do conscription. And I'm like, hell no, I'm tired.
No, they found out you built guns, so they're gonna send you.
Mitch, what you got to do is tell them you're mentally incapable and just send them this podcast. I'm like, yeah, that checks out.
I mean, they'll put me in charge of the government if I say that. Because...
Oh no!
Tell them you love Eternals. I promise you, they won't send you.
Oh, they will. That'd be even more real. I'll be on the front line, not in the conscription ranks. No. The worst bit is they can't even send me to prison because all the prisons are full. So. Right. The next thing is to ship me out to Ukraine.
Sounds like you moved to the United States now. What?
No, we're sinking. It's sinking quick. Like this is the Titanic over here. It's bad. No, it's real bad.
Man, that's how it goes, I guess.
And I find out Americans microwave and put salt in their tea. Like, what the hell's going on in my life?
We put salt in everything. I'm pretty sure they just pump it into us, into like our veins when we're not looking. That's why we're all dying over here.
Tea? Yeah. Is the sugar not enough? What's going on?
I literally didn't know people put salt in tea until now. So I don't know.
Neither did I until the U.S. Embassy made a statement about it.
Bro, they're just trying to stop you from going to war. I don't know.
I mean, that sounds like the Americans want the war, to be honest.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
I'm not surprised.
It's true, yeah.
Speaking of starting wars, I'm not sure what's going on the other coast of the United States. Maybe our informant deep in the trenches, Tristan, can provide info.
Well, hey guys, I changed my avatar because people didn't like the Diglett, and
change it back.
And I saw for as much hate as it got, PAL did have this one new creature called Depresso. And yes, it is depressed, and it has a bath animation where it just basically drowns itself.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
I come back to this podcast and everything's just falling apart. What's happening?
Hey, Carter, you said you wanted to play that game. Well, you get Depresso as your teammate.
It's going to be my first Palmon, whatever you call it.
Yeah. Just
AI
go out
prompted.
Yeah.
Stolen asset.
I mean, asset flip games are all the rage. You can't really blame it on them because it looks like Call of Duty does it as well. They're just flipping their own assets from 20 years ago.
Yeah, but that's flipping your own asset.
True, I suppose.
You're not trying to steal from Nintendo of all people.
Although, did anybody see like a couple weeks ago, Microsoft was like, hey, we're celebrating winter for Microsoft. And look at all these banners for indie games. And they just used like Bing AI to generate it.
I believe it.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I didn't see it, but I believe it.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was on social, and all the artists like, you didn't just do that, and then they deleted it.
Yeah.
Is that why they've laid off like 1,400 people?
Yep.
Well, Uncle Phil needs a new yacht, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's just how it goes, I guess. But hey, speaking of,
if the yacht avoids conscription for me, I'm fine with that.
You're on it, Uncle Phil. Save me. Speaking of a man that's probably been on a yacht, or maybe not, I'm not sure. Here's Ricardo, aka Johnny Sins.
Look, man, I didn't know that this profile stuff was gonna be actually on the YouTubes. So I promise you, I'm not Johnny Sins.
I don't know about this one. You may or may not be. He's a versatile man, just like you.
Hey, like again, I haven't been on here in a minute. I found out Armin really loves Madam Web. Mitch going to the Ukraine. Depresso over here.
Allegedly.
This is crazy. What's happening?
24. It's the start of a new year. There's always a threat of war. It's
always,
yeah. Like the last 5 years.
Don't worry. By the time next year starts, the United States has got to vote in 2 incapable people, so we'll be right back where we were.
I mean, hey, we got both our countries having an election this year, so
we're
both in the same boat.
Great. It's going to be awesome to watch.
And both want to bomb Palestine and Yemen because Israeli money.
Insane how the world is spinning. But you know what? Now that we got those formalities out of the way, I realize we're like 7 minutes into this. We should probably get to the actual topics. So that's what we're gonna do here, everybody. So let's go. And we're gonna start off on a downer, or maybe I don't know, maybe it's good news for some people. But She-Hulk season 2, dead ?
I mean, by comparison to what we had been talking about, this isn't up. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it, especially because of the budget. I mean, I don't know how that show costed so much to begin with.
Because they redid the CGI like 5 times.
I mean, the fact that we learned that the budget cost literally, if this was a film, it would be in the top 4 most expensive MCU films ever made. You're like, holy crap! Like,
but isn't like the CGI just on She-Hulk herself?
I don't know. I mean, it was
not just her, but yeah.
There's a lot.
The vast majority of it.
Look at the Hulk's son. They couldn't even like do his whole head.
They couldn't even texture
exactly
him.
Because She-Hulk took the budget.
Yeah, I could see why people were coming out. We're probably not going to get a season 2 because of the amount of money it took to make that show, even though it had no technical quality control, because you could see that the whole thing was kind of rushed.
Mm-hmm.
So
it had quality control. We just the
level of they put it in parentheses right there. Quality control.
It's kind of hard to have to fully do quality control when you have a week to push an episode out.
Right. Yeah.
Crack that whip. Get it done.
Pretty much. And I don't think I don't buy it. I think we'll get a second season.
I mean, if they can look, the CG's already done. It's in the bag, right? It's got to get redefined. So the R&D on this show is done. Just like Hulk, they didn't have to spend money CGing him because they just used the model they already had. So I'm going to wager a guess if we get a follow-up, you're probably getting a mini season. You're probably going to get 5 or 6 episodes, and it's going to be a lot more streamlined without going all over the place so much and spending so much. Because like you could pull off a good smaller season for $100 million. But the problem was, remember, it was supposed to be like, 12 to 14 episodes, and then it got reduced a little bit. Yeah, like it obviously there was a lot of problems with Marvel Studios at the time and shifting leadership and all this above, with the Disney higher up. So I think we might get a season 2, but if we do, it's not going to be the same thing. Like they're going to overhaul pretty much everything. That's my sort of view on it.
My thing with the episode count, though, is if you're saying that, it'd be 5 or 6, well, that's just putting the exact same amount of episodes we got together.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Honestly, yeah.
Which it just depends on which way you go. If you're going to make it short, you make it
20-minute episodes, not 40 minutes.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely cutting it down.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Just don't do what Echo did. Like I enjoyed Echo, just don't structure it like Echo, because Echo dropped the ball on that side. But...
Yeah. Echo, you can distinctly tell where in Echo they cut out parts that were supposed to be an extra episode, and you're like,
oh, you mean like explaining her powers?
A little bit, like... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What does she do? Explain to me.
Everything.
What does Echo do?
Everything.
Bro, what does she do?
Everything. To an extent, everything.
Like, how can the show? Like, I remember enjoying the show, and I remember when the show finished, I was like, "Wait a minute, what's her powers?"
Yeah.
Like, how did she get into Kingpin's head?
She took away his bending. That's what she did.
See, there you go. There you go. Well, it's like, I don't know. Like, sure, Tatiana Maslany said it's like, oh yeah, we the budget overblown and everything, and I'm kind of looking at them like, yeah, but also. That's kind of like what happens the first go around. Again, R&D and all these things, like, when you do a pilot for a TV show, it's typically 3 times the budget of a normal episode that you're going to have for the medium across the season. It happens. Yeah, She-Hulk had problems. They retrofitted it. They had to adjust. I mean, that was a story for most of Phase 4 and 5, it seems, due to shifting schedules and everything. So we'll see what happens. I think it's a little too presumptuous to celebrate She-Hulk is dead, but it's also, I would understand if it was. It's like, it just makes sense. Like, why wouldn't you cancel it if you have other ideas or it doesn't fit into the plan anymore? Because we're hearing that World War Hulk is still happening in a couple years, so can they get She-Hulk out before that?
Okay, I'm lame, buddy. God damn.
Yeah.
Going on 16 years now.
It's gonna be on his tombstone in like 30 years. I was right. Yeah.
Marvel, Star Wars father, damn it. That's a throwback for you kids. You can find him fishing in Yemen. So
back when the economy was stable in 2012. Fantastic.
Salutes. The good times. Well, that's it for She-Hulk now. If there is a development, I'm assuming it'll be this year at D23 if they confirm anything in regards to She-Hulk. So I guess stay tuned and we shall see. But we are now going to talk about another project led by women. We're talking about Madam Web and the incoming sweep, boys.
Oh, get it away from me.
It's coming. It's going to make web billions of dollars, Mitch. Why are you ignoring the success of this film?
Because Sony's ignoring it. Where
this man said sweep. You mean sweeping the theaters with all the dust? How empty these seats about to be?
I was going to say sweeping it under the rug. Like,
listen to this propaganda, everybody. I'm out here championing women, and they're hating.
I literally just went on my AMC app and I literally went on my AMC app. Right, Sony still has not released the tickets for Madam Web. They don't even believe in this product, man.
No, that's because they're going to crash websites when they do due to the overwhelming demand. You guys are all just as haters.
Definitive proof that time is a flat circle. It's Armin going right back to X-Men Apocalypse.
Sony's going to pay for that. Sony's going to pay for the same hackers that hacked PlayStation years ago to make sure these Madam Web tickets never happen.
I mean, Kim Jong-un. No.
Oh, God.
Kim Jong-un is on top of this. He's Ezekiel. That's the plot twist.
Oh, imagine. Just takes it up and it's an AI version of his head there.
Oh, God.
So the reason I tossed this in here is because we got the early projections for box office, and it's looking like it's going to sweep lower than Morbius.
I'm sorry, there's no projections. There's no ticket sales. You can't project
Exactly. How is there projections?
I said it in the chat, and I'll say it again for everyone to hear. The FBI guy Armin has moonlights at Sony. There is no way that they have a number without ticket sales.
Well, they checked. Just watch. We're gonna find out that just like Jared Leto, they're gonna hold a fan screening for like the Madam Web Discord, which for some reason I'm not a part of if there is one. So I don't know.
I'll be honest. I thought you said they're gonna hold the fans hostage, and I was like, oh no,
that might happen too. Honestly.
I would pay Sony one movie ticket if they released that whole movie on YouTube, like they did that dog movie, whatever that is.
It would get more views though if they actually did.
I bet you it will.
I mean, technically, if Sony was to do that and enable ads like every 20 minutes, they would probably make a better profit than in theaters.
They would. If people found out it was ads every 20 minutes, no one's watching that.
Don't worry, they could do it. Trust me, they could do it.
No, for you maybe.
I can do it. I'm just gonna
Everyone else is gonna be like, nah. People can't even live with like 6 30-second ads on YouTube. Like, there's no way people are gonna sit through a movie.
That's why Sony's gonna release it in parts in a playlist on TikTok.
Oh God!
I mean, that would work.
Yeah. Like 40 seconds at a time.
That would actually work. I'd watch it. Be the best way to watch it, probably.
But see, like most of the actual hits for the film are going to come from people like me just reacting to it, so they won't even get the like back end of the original one. So it's pretty bad. Yeah. So Madam Web, essentially, it's looking dead on arrival. That's the topic here. And is anybody actually surprised? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Nope.
If you go back like 6 months when I said like, I'm kind of interested in the idea of this movie, then that me would have been surprised. But having seen stuff, no, I'm not surprised.
We've swapped places.
We really have.
I just looked at my app to see if the tickets went on sale. Literally, no. I just wanted to double check if the tickets exist. Doesn't exist.
Isn't it out this Friday as well?
No, it's like 2 and
AKA tomorrow.
No, it's like
because the 14th on Valentine's Day. And if you got a date, just
oh,
take
that's
them there.
yeah.
That's just me. What are they thinking?
Yeah, I'm just surprised because about the tickets, but then I see some of the ads and the trailers that they put out, and some of the effects that they use, they look like they're from the early 2000s. So
Hey,
I
the
mean, have you
movie
seen the
is based in
suits? Of course,
2003. It's based in 2003.
yeah, because I saw one where they had like an explosion effect, and it looked like it was from 2003.
See, that's how they get away with it.
Probably straight from Uncharted 1 as well. They just asset flipped it.
Oh, I can't wait till the final act of they're fighting on a terribly CG'd pirate ship above New York. Just Uncharted asset, like you said.
It's gonna happen. You watch.
They're gonna use scrap assets from Raimi's Spider-Man 4. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh,
depressing.
Yeah, what about that rumor where they redid the famous quote, "If it is real,"
which is hilarious when the people are getting mad about that. It's like you are aware that they've only ever said the line right once in one Spider-Man movie. Right?
Yeah, I know, but it's just like funny and on point because they wouldn't do that, but it said it in a way that you could really believe that Sony said that. Yeah, we're going to say that.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they say it, to be honest. I 100% believe that the line is right. Well, I can't even remember what the supposed change is, but I believe it. It's a Sony thing to do, right?
I don't remember what it was, but I know, it is causing outrage, which, whatever. It's Madam Web. And who's the most dedicated, excited people for this?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Yeah, I guess it's me. That's your bar, people. Armin's excited. Yeah.
Right. The line is apparently when you take great responsibility, you will gain powerful abilities.
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
What?
Yep.
Ricardo,
become a responsible adult, you're a superhero. Like,
bro, I almost got a stroke. What do you mean?
It's 2003, remember? Now, this is the same studio, right, that wanted Andrew Garfield in there. And then went, no, we want Tom Holland. And then went, oh, no, it's in 2003. It doesn't match up.
Yeah.
They're not smart. They're not smart.
No, not at all.
Because either one would work. Because you just go, it's not that version of Spider-Man. It's a different one.
Speaking of Tom Holland, a little sidetrack. Thank you, Tom Holland, for trying to find a way for Sony not to mess up Spider-Man 4. It's either get a good movie or you quit. That's it.
Yeah.
Whatever he's doing in the background.
This is the kid that cried to get the last movie done.
Exactly.
Well, also, didn't they confirm? Like, they just recently confirmed. It's like, oh yeah, Madam Web isn't actually connected to anything. It's standalone now. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's in its
own because they messed up on their own story. They're crazy.
Yeah. Oh,
and this is the movie
scene,
you
Miles
spent
Morales.
The last 2 weeks in the group championing.
That's because it's gonna be the second best Sony movie in the Spunk universe.
I'm just confused as much as anyone because from everything that's been trying to make this movie, it's like first it was connected to the MCU, then it's its own universe and the Omniverse that's connected. Now it's its own thing. At this point, I don't even know what they're thinking about this.
It sounds
movie.
like
it's like Venom. It's in its own little pocket.
Yeah, and they'll mention Spider-Man just because, but it'll be whatever, So yeah.
And don't forget, people, Kraven comes out this year. If you forgot.
Oh, please, God, I want to forget.
It does not come out this year.
Screw it. I don't want to talk about Kraven now. We're moving on. All right, we're moving on. So our next topic, Kevin Feige walked in there, picked up a dart, threw it, and said, "Bullseye," and he's back.
Oh, get out!
You wrote that down?
I've been saving this one for 3 years, everybody. It's finally time to use it. Or like 5. I don't remember when Daredevil was canceled, but Bullseye is back.
It was 2018, wasn't it? Isn't that when Daredevil?
Oh my God. What is happening? How has it been like 5 or 6 years? Whew.
Yeah, Bullseye coming back is really they need to they're gonna have to rename this show. Born Again is kind of crazy.
Just call it Daredevil season 4 at this point, because that's what it is.
I think they are internally. There's no way they're not.
I mean, they made everything canon, so
it was already canon. I don't believe any of that.
Yeah. But now it's officially like, it's in the MCU timeline, so now you got to watch Iron Fist to understand what's going on. Ricardo died.
I hope Feige finds a way to be like Danny Rand died out seas.
Sailing.
Oh, that's how they're gonna play it, right? Like he's because
he's not the Iron Fist anymore, right?
No, he still does because he made the guns glow.
No, but I mean, like the title of Iron Fist. Technically, he's not Iron Fist.
Yeah, he is.
Well, it would have to get passed on after a certain amount of time, and enough time has went by in the MCU that technically he might have to be forfeiting it. So,
see, all you do, right, is just bring back Jessica Henwick, right? You give her all the money, you have her fighting, then suddenly, like, the hand starts glowing yellow, and you just be like, "Oh, Danny's dead."
Isn't that what happened in the end of her show? Of Iron Fist
she got the sword and the glowing hand.
She got the powers, but like you just have make it so it glows yellow instead of white.
Well, so in canon, hold on, quick question. In canon, right, Daredevil is the strongest fighter in the MCU, right?
No, because Echo beat him.
Because no, but Daredevil beat Iron Fist, and Iron Fist killed the dragon. But
Echo beat Daredevil.
Yeah.
But Iron Fist trained better than Shang-Chi, right?
I think he's glitching out. The AI is like stuck on the prompt.
Trust me, this will be all tested in the next season of Daredevil once Daredevil acknowledges all these events. And also, okay, do we think Bullseye is now going to be outfitted with like vibranium or adamantium or something? Like, what are they going to use him with? Yeah, not like some off substance that Jeff Loeb says we have to use because we don't want to be MCU.
I bet you would be vibranium.
Like, it's Dragonite. We're going to pull that out, all right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. Also, what's his name? Oh God, what's the actor's name? I was just something that was it Wilson Bethel? John Berthel's back as well. So yeah, they're both back. Karen and Foggy are also back. So
yeah, Karen's in like 3 episodes apparently, and so is Bullseye. So R.I.P. Karen. It's crazy that she'll kill her off screen to then kill her on screen.
Kill her on screen, yeah.
Crazy.
Awesome. That's gonna be something.
Again, it's the one thing she does. So
she's just gonna cry the entire time. That's literally her plot. So, I mean, I'm excited. Whatever happens here, like the whole discussion now is shifting to, well, since Marvel TV is canon, how does this expand the universe? It's like it expands the universe by making finally some of the people that are like, oh, it's all pointless, I don't want to watch it. It's like, well, now it does matter. It's like, look, you didn't waste your time.
Inhumans and Cloak and Dagger are canon, so I'm all good.
We don't acknowledge Inhumans, but the rest can be canon.
I mean, if we can acknowledge Madam Web, then we can acknowledge.
No ABC shows, please. Just the Hulus.
Yeah.
But Daredevil wasn't even on Hulu.
No, but Runaways and
Cloak and Dagger was the only Hulu one.
No, the Runaways were.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Who? Runaways 10 out of 10.
Who? Gentlemen, I would like to bring up the unmatched power of Hellstrom.
Oh, brother. End the podcast.
Now, this is it. We killed the podcast.
Everybody.
We just ended it right now.
I'm quitting and going to the Nerd Academy. See you.
Hey, look, Hellstrom does mention the things happening around New York for a brief second.
I wouldn't know because no one watched it.
Oh, neither did I. I refused to, but a friend sent me a piece of dialogue. I was like, oh, that's in it? He was like, yeah, you should watch it. And I said no. Even though I like Hellstrom, I'm not going to watch that show. So there you go. So, yeah. So what is canon? What
isn't? Dagger canon. That's Nothing to take away from this.
Cloak and Dagger mention Luke Cage, and then Cloak and Dagger go with the Runaways, who also mentioned the events of one of the films. So there you go.
They don't exist.
Runaways peak content. Peak content.
I mean, you've got that peak upside down. That's a trough.
No. Runaways was. Oh man, yo, the moms in those shows. Whew.
That's true though. That is true. This is becoming a different podcast. We've regressed to CBC a decade ago. I'm not sure this is good listening.
Hold on. That means to regress. That means you made progress.
No, we have not made progress. Oh, okay, technically, yeah. So it's just a circle. Yeah, we're just back to where we started.
Time is a flat circle. Telling you.
It's true. It's true.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. It's fine.
And you know what? That walks us straight into our next topic, because the more things change, the more they stay the same. Somehow, after spending $500 million delivering 0 projects in 6 years, J.J. Abrams' Superman film is still happening. How does this man continue to make money? I don't understand how this one was not
white guy.
Yeah.
What does that talk stand? That's all there is.
So, in case people missed it, the Superman reboot that's set in the late 30s/1940s, featuring a Clark Kent that is of color, is still in development. Why not just do the Val
that's
Zod
not the
thing?
Abrams one, is it?
Apparently, the rumors are that they're merging the two of them.
Oh.
Yeah. So like the Max series, which isn't exist anymore, has kind of been merged into this one. So it's the period piece where Abrams is producing and he's not directing, and yeah,
that sounds like a bad idea.
The
very bad idea.
Grab it immediately. Good God.
The Max one, the one where Michael B. Jordan was supposed to do.
Apparently that's been scrapped because that's Val Zod.
Yeah. What? I'm kind of, yo. You know what?
This is the problem. There's just too much going on at once.
Yeah, there is.
Just scrap all of them. Just
Bro,
establish
who's giving
the
J.J.
DCU
Abrams a
first.
job?
Yeah. Who is giving JJ a job?
Zaslav.
Bro.
Or I guess Gunn, technically. Gunn and Safran.
Maybe
what was the
those
last projects that Abrams has done?
Star Wars.
Yo.
Jesus.
I tell a lie, him and his kid, or I say him and his kid, he paid Marvel money so his kid could have his name on a book written by Spider-Man.
That book sucked too.
Yeah. I can't wait to find out that J.J. Abrams, he's just embezzling money at this point for WB. That has to be the only thing that's going on. There can't be anything else. I don't care. It's, how does this happen?
He had video games. No games came out.
And also, somebody explained to me, how does this fit into the whole bigger overarching thing? Because now it's like, we're going to have just multiple Superman, multiple Batman, even though we said...
Well, it's like the Batman, right? It's an Elseworld thing. It's not in the DCU.
Yeah. So
it's like the Spunk in the MCU, right? It's a multiversal thing. It exists in a snow globe.
It won't matter up until James Gunn decides he wants to do something with Crisis, and then it's when
Crisis is a thing, then it'll be relevant. But
yeah, that checks out, honestly. And that's
give it 10 years when Crisis is the thing, and the Abrams movie comes out and leads directly into it. Because coming out now.
I'm okay with this take on Superman, but can we get the other Superman, the primary one out, and I
mean, I don't think you have to worry about Abrams actually making this movie, to be honest.
Well, that is true. That is very true. Because
no, if he makes the money, then they're going to have to make it a tax write-off.
So I do wonder, do you even ask him if he's working on it, or do they say no, don't feel like it and just hang up on him? Because
I mean, they gave him $500 million, so they don't have to really ask him anything. They just throw it out there.
He spent 4 years developing Constantine, Justice League Dark, and as far as they got was a piece of concept art. So that man knows how to stretch $500 million.
That's the real talent in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's a very expensive commission.
See, if he really wants to make sure that he keeps getting paid for this, he'll just be like, yeah, we're going to do it more practical. And we brought Guillermo del Toro to design the villains of the film. And
isn't he working on the Frankenstein movie? Yes. But after.
But so we'll see you in 2048 when this film can be set 100 years before its actual events. Later. Oh, man.
God.
So, yeah. So that's our small little update on JJ's Superman project, which somehow has survived the culling among all the other projects.
I mean, is it even really his if they've merged it with the other one?
They'll just keep his name on it because for some reason it drives people to watch projects. I don't know.
Apparently. I mean, does it, or is it the IP his name's attached to?
Yeah, that's true too.
Like, did anyone go see Star Wars for Abrams? Like, no, they saw it for Star Wars.
Same with Star Trek as well. It's exactly. Like, no, people were gonna. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Well, I suppose that's
it's
it.
It's the Joss Whedon effect, right? No one's going to see it for Joss Whedon. People are going to see it for the IP.
Exactly. Yeah, that's fact. That's fact. So, I guess just jumping on to the next topic here, let's talk about Deadpool 3, which has officially wrapped production. It's done. Now it's post-production till July when the film releases at the end of July.
Good. That means the leaks from that one scene can finally stop.
Yeah. I mean, a whole lot of things. Yeah, okay. Which ones are you referencing, Mitch? Because there's been leaks.
All of them. Because every leak is from that one scene.
Of him jumping on Wolverine's back?
Yeah. And fighting in the Fox thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all clearly in the same, like, quarry or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Hole in the ground.
That's like one sequence, obviously, them traveling through the multiverse. We saw like a variant Deadpool, which is like Ryan Reynolds with long hair, and he's got a really cool suit on. Like
he looks like a Power Ranger from the movie.
Yeah.
That's not even a dig. I think it's fantastic that he was there.
Yeah, honestly, it looks good. Now with this officially, being okay, post-production, now we've entered it. I think it's kind of awesome that Ryan Reynolds was able to just talk about, like, go back to any other film. You never had one of the stars of the film post a picture being like, here's a picture from production. Also, we're done and we're moving into post. You don't see that, but like Ryan Reynolds has that where like that's part of the advertising of Deadpool, and it always has been. And I'm glad Marvel Studios is letting him continue to do that. Like
it's because Feige went to this man and just went, "You're the one that leaks that original footage, aren't you?" He was like, "Yes, okay, well that's going to be your thing from now on. You can use the stuff." It's like Tom Holland is spoiling stuff. Like we're going to use that for marketing. Okay, like Now go ahead.
Yeah, it's become a good piece of free marketing. Honestly, that's really what it is. So. It's exciting to have Deadpool 3 officially at this point where now they got like 5.5, 6 months to finish this film up. And on top of that, it's their standalone film release this year. So,
which is nuts.
It is. Yeah.
Deadpool 3 is the one MCU movie we're getting. Go back 5 years and tell someone that. I ain't believe it.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, because look at the casuals online. They be like, "Yo, all these Marvel films are terrible," until you find out they're just all the Sony movies.
Well, isn't it funny? Like last year we had 4 DCEU films, and now this year we have 3 Sony films. It's like, what? How did we get here? Wild. And then we got 1 MCU film. The tables have turned.
It's the MCU's fault, apparently. Who knows?
And that one MCU film will make more money than all the DCEU and Spunk
and Sony films outside of Venom, maybe, because Venom's going to always draw money. However,
we didn't Venom 2 tank.
It made almost like 50 million less than the first one. Yeah, it made money. It's wild, dude. China saves those films. They do. They love them.
There's something about those tentacles.
So is the Chinese. Good there. What's the guy in charge of China?
Xi Jinping, is it still?
Something like that. He's clearly a Venom fan.
Xi Jinping's like, everybody mandate you must go watch Venom. Oh man. Yeah.
You think this is you think we pretty much have Hugh Jackman's Wolverine like maybe one more time, right? until like Secret Wars, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'd say Secret Wars, and that's it.
Yeah. Now,
unless they do the whole like he's the dad of the Wolverine in the MCU.
Right. Yeah. Which they could, honestly. I want them to use Hugh Jackman as MCU Wolverine and just give us X-23 and Dakin and go, yep, they're the MCU ones. Here you go. Like
Dakin, cool. Get away from me.
We need a Wolverine, and Hugh Jackman can't continue to be. True. Okay, true. You could do that.
The actual good son of Wolverine,
the good one. Yeah, that could happen. Now,
let's not use the one that's named literally means like dog or something.
Yeah,
let's not go that route.
Well, okay. What do you guys think about the reports that we're also getting our trailer at the Super Bowl, which is in like 2 weeks, I guess?
Trailer for what?
A trailer
Deadpool 3
before the Super Bowl, kind of crazy. Could they just wrapped up, right?
Yeah, but remember they said during the strikes they were still working like editing and doing the VFX. So they never.
They came back for reshoots too.
Down. Yeah.
So what they should do,
shut down.
Like they should have a trailer that's incomplete, blur it out and box it and say not finished, and just have Ryan Reynolds describing what the scenes are in his costume. Like
I just show every leak. Every set picture, just have that as a PowerPoint. No.
Yeah, honestly, that should just be the trailer. Just Deadpool just explaining the leaks. It was like this
here's the things you've already seen. Like the rest of the movie is not going to be shown.
It's YouTube making a leak video. It's like YouTube Deadpool making a leak video doing a breakdown of the leaks. That would honestly.
That means you'll have to get Soups, and no, we can't have that.
Just screeching for the entire 3 minutes.
Soup still does online stuff.
Possibly.
Yeah, he said the other day he needs like content to survive or something.
Wow, bro, I must be out of the loop because I haven't seen this man in a billion years.
No one has until that one tweet he did.
Don't worry, Deadpool's going to make everybody relevant again when they all come back with reactions. That's what everybody's waiting for. Because we sure as hell know Madam Web ain't going to drive content. So
imagine if it makes like $1 billion.
Oh, I gave up my grift. I mean, Madam Web is going to be just next level cinema.
Damn, Armin broke kayfabe. I can't believe it.
I'm going to have to edit that out. It's just going to be silenced when I talk. I broke my gimmick, damn it. Yep. So, look, there's a lot of excitement for Deadpool 3. I think we're going to get something at the Super Bowl. There's no way Disney doesn't do something. Yeah. It's their biggest film of the year. What else do they have coming this year? Like
exactly. And they've always done Super Bowl spots anyway, so
yeah, exactly.
You've only got one movie, why not? Right.
So, like, I'm looking right now at their lineup for this year. What are you going to put a trailer to? Snow White or Deadpool 3?
Is Snow White this year as well?
Apparently. It was. I thought it got delayed, so I don't know.
I mean, everything got delayed. That's a fair assumption to make.
Maybe the new Planet of the Apes. Maybe they could drop a thing for that, because that's coming in a couple months.
Yeah, it comes out in March, right?
Yeah. That might be a good one. So maybe Deadpool and Planet of the Apes.
What's the next Marvel show coming
out? X-Men 97?
I think.
Oh, you ain't going to have that as a Super Bowl spot, are you?
There's also Agatha supposed to be this fall, maybe.
Yeah.
Yo, Feige's going to push it back again. Can't believe it.
Dude, Ironheart.
There's got to be something between now and Agatha in like.
You just reminded me of Ironheart. Yo, they just finished wrapping that up yesterday.
Apparently, that was the full production because, like, they finished shooting that show last November, like November of 22. Like, what the hell is going on?
No, they were filming it like summer last year because that's when all the set pictures came out, right?
That was more, yeah, because they went for some reshoots. Yeah, they went for reshoots. Yeah, I forgot.
Unless I'm missing like a few months of memory, which is completely plausible for my brain. And I've just compounded the years. I'm certain they came out last summer.
Okay, so I'm looking right now. Those first leaked photos came out in August of 2022. Jesus Christ!
Wow!
That show is going to come out like 4 years after shooting. That's wild.
No, like
if I don't remember a whole year in my life, have I aged? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. It's wild, but hey, there we are. So that's I guess an MCU update now that we figured out that we're all missing time in our life somehow. That's fun. Very, very fun. But
put me in that country in Africa that thinks it's 2016 because their calendar.
Hey, oh my God, you walked us. You literally walked us into our next segue. Because speaking of 2016, remember when the DCEU was in shambles? Well, apparently the DCU is already having some shambles going on in it. So
I actually just can't believe this one. This is egregious, to use a big word.
I mean, so what we heard is that essentially there's already some problems with the DCU structure and getting projects off the ground with the right people because, surprise, surprise, it's a giant money investment, but also it's a shared universe. But James Gunn is saying, just make your project the way you want to. That can't be a shared universe then because you still got to sit down and talk then, right? Like
you say that's exactly how Marvel made Phase 1 and 2.
They kind of did approach it that way, yes.
Yeah.
But
having a post-credit scene connecting a movie is not it does not count.
Yeah.
You take that away, the Incredible Hulk is a complete standalone to Iron Man.
It's true, yeah. Outside of like the couple mentions of like, oh, there's Stark machines shooting the Hulk with sound waves. Okay.
Yeah, like, nice generic Easter egg. That means nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the old Easter eggs you would get in like the old Marvel films, right? It's like, oh, what's his name? Doctor Strange. Nope, that's taken. Dr. Octopus. Oh, okay. Like it's that type of deal. So
classic line. Classic.
Yeah. I mean, I do believe a part of this rumor is true. I just think it's been exaggerated greatly because, look, they're going to have problems getting off the ground just by the nature of the last 4 films have all flopped. Like the DCEU.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
It's tough. They're going to need heavy money investment, and the investors aren't going to look at, oh, you're making a Supergirl movie, huh? But the last Superman movie couldn't even make a profit, and you're already rebooting Superman, but we haven't seen how much it's going to make. Like, there is going to be a little apprehension from investors and the higher-ups to lean heavily into giving you tons of money. So I partially believe this, but at the same time, I'm like, it's greatly exaggerated because that's what everybody does.
This just feels like someone trying to, still ride the old DCEU story.
Yeah.
Who does it even come from anyway?
Just generalized reports. And the main one came from Jeff Snyder, which is what got it traction. He said, and I quote, like, it's a mess. That's what he said. He's been told by people close to it, it's a mess. When he says it, I'm more inclined to believe it than just, random people out there. And then others that work at some of the bigger outlets were like, he's not lying. We've heard the same things. It's like, okay, maybe there's something here, but we don't know the extent of it. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
good old Warner Brothers, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't blame Gunn in the slightest.
Right. Unless
Legacy comes out here and it's trash, I would not blame Gunn in the slightest.
Same. Yep.
Also, even if it is Gunn's fault, you put a director as a CEO.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of. Okay.
That's literally like imagine if Microsoft promoted the guy that, I don't know, build the new indie game, that everybody loves. So, like, imagine if Microsoft was like, hey, the guy that just made Pal World want to run Microsoft instead of Phil Spencer? And be like, what? That's what they did with James Gunn. Like, it is a weird scenario.
Yeah, and they didn't even know how to create a game.
Yeah.
So
just like the DC, oh my God.
Yeah, it's just, I believe it to a certain extent, but not like to what is rumored to be reported about this whole situation.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to believe it, right? I don't want to be right back where we started with the DC stuff. Like, no, I can't take another 15 years of the same crap. Please, no.
Yeah.
It's just really weird because like how Gunn said he wants everything to be connected. For people listening, it also includes the animated side and apparently video games. So they all have to.
Yeah, that whole
connect.
video game thing is bollocks. It's pure bullshit. There's no.
He said it came out as it wasn't
zero chance. This man came out here in that video and said video games are connected in the same vein that the TASM 2 video game was connected to the movie.
Well,
it's no chance it's even feasible.
They're all going to have the same actor / voice actor.
That may well be the case, but it's not gonna. It's not gonna be. It's physically impossible to do it. Game dev takes too long.
Yeah.
Unless it's just retelling. Unless the games are going back to that old school. Like, and movies come out, we're gonna make the movie as a game.
So
then, it's connected by sheer virtue that it's just retelling the story.
And that's the thing. Like, James Gunn just confirmed also this past week. Multiple AAA DCU games are in development, and he's like, "Oh, I can't wait to share more info and play them myself." I'm like, guys, lead times on games are like 5 to 6 years. By the time that game comes out, how is it going to fit the continuity, if at all? Like, and what games are they? Like, so
the only way you could know for sure, or the only way you could do it for like and actually have it work is if you know your end goal.
Mm-hmm.
And you know for a fact you're not going to change anything, because you change one thing, that's a ton of work for developers,
right?
And you've got to change assets, you've got to change models, you've got to change actors, you've got to change this and all the script and everything else. That takes so long for games.
Yeah, because remember, they said, when Superman appears in other projects, it's going to be David that plays Superman. So if Superman appears in a video game, like let's say they're making a Green Arrow video game, right? Okay, if Superman appears in that, it's got to be him. But how does that fit into the it's such a like the MCU did it right one step at a time. The DCU announcing their plans and being like, "Oh yeah, animated films, TV shows, comics, video games, all in continuity." You're like, you guys are already like quadrupling down on what Marvel Studios even failed to do with just TV and films because it was too much. Like, it is. I can 100% understand how somebody would look at the scenario and be like, yeah, Jeff Snyder, there's some problems here. I can't tell you what, because it could lead to me. But, and again, as somebody who's known people from Sony related to Spider-Man things, sometimes I've cut a little too close and they knew exactly who gave me info. So sometimes you got to be this vague. So, it's just.
Are you telling me that James Gunn and J.J. Abrams are the same person?
Have you ever seen them together?
You're right. Actually, no, I haven't. There is no pics of them, right?
Aha. So, James Gunn just tosses on glasses and he becomes a J.J. Abrams.
Is that why his hair's white now, to try and throw people off?
Oh my God. I think we solved the mystery. This is it.
Either that or there's literally just yin and yang, right? Like, they are the two primal forces of the universe.
They're double embezzling money. This is insane. Zaslav, I figured out what's going on. Why you can't make profits. Oh, man. So, look, I don't want to be too much down on the DCU, but clearly there's going to be some problems there. It's not going to be smooth sailing. It never is. So we'll talk more about this when we hear something more concrete, or probably in a couple of weeks when we get the casting of Supergirl and some other surrounding characters, which seem to be all getting cast right now. So
I don't know how I feel about the Supergirl shortlist.
Same.
So I liked the House of the Dragon girl.
Same.
I was upset when she, they did the time jump in that show.
Yeah,
because I thought she was the best part of it. I don't see her as a Supergirl, but then I've been surprised before.
Exactly. Yeah.
Happen again.
Same. So we'll talk more about all that soon, everyone. And I guess now we're on to our final piece of discussion here, which is Spider-Man 4 related. So Spider-Man 4 will have a never-before-seen villain in its film. So in live action, this villain's never been done. And also, by the sounds of it, they haven't even locked in somebody as a potential top contender for a director. Definitely not John Watts. He's not coming back by all accounts.
I thought they said Watts was coming back for it.
So apparently he's not.
Okay.
Yeah. So who knows? It's one report here, one report there. It's always contradictory to these. Like the other one, whatever happens, I'm most excited about villains we've never seen before. That's where I'm at.
It better be Scorpion. Like, come on.
Yeah.
The villain is Sony.
Let's not be silly here.
Yeah.
Sony is the real villain.
I mean, sure.
Feige will find a way. He's gonna find a way to make Sony a villain. It's just gonna be like an anagram. He's gonna find a way.
Scorpion and Sony share similar letters.
No.
Oh damn.
It's literally just a Y.
They are going to be smart, right, and bring back Michael Mondo as Scorpion.
Oh, they have to, yeah.
Like if they don't bring him back, I don't want it.
Sure, like the Home trilogy is a Sony movie, but it's a Marvel production. Like they're gonna bring him back.
Yeah,
there's no way they don't.
Sony's gonna be petty. They're gonna put Scorpion in something before he even comes to the MCU.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh.
But no one's going to see that. So the whole thing of him, it's the first time this villain's been on screen. It would still apply because no one's seen the Scorpion movie from Sony.
It is true. That is true.
No, if a film is shown and no one's around to see it, did it actually get shown?
Right. Oh, man. It's kind of insane to think about just where Sony and Marvel could take the next Spider-Man film, because we keep hearing, oh, Daredevil and Kingpin are going to be in it. You toss in Scorpion into that honestly makes sense. Like, it's...
Yeah, because you just, instead of having instead of having James, I had JJ in my head and went straight to Abrams. Instead of having Jameson do the whole Scorpion thing, just make it be Kingpin.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make so much sense.
Yeah. Because how the hell would Jameson have money for that? Right? It never made sense anyway.
Yeah, he does the podcast in like his basement too.
I suppose Alex Jones has money. That's a fair point, actually. Yeah.
Oh man.
Just have Kingpin make the Spider Slayers and Scorpion and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Like, because they're all tied in closer now to the MCU, so you can do this. And honestly, I think even without them confirming it, they've leaned into talking about how Spider-Man is going to be a smaller film and they're looking to do a more personal tale. That's just telling us they're staying in New York and it's going to be a street level film. Like, that's all that's telling us. So,
because here's what you do, right? You do the whole Kingpin does the Dark Avengers stuff because he's running for mayor. And he wants Avengers in New York and stuff because he needs a brawler. So he's just getting random like thugs. And so you get the Scorpion. You can make him the suit. He's the poster boy for everything. And he's been made to take on Daredevil. And that way you can just, it all can just tie in and make it all smooth. And everyone can be happy that you got the team up you wanted.
Right. Honestly, it's pretty much what we've said is like the easiest and best possible Spider-Man outcome we can get. You toss a little Scorpion in there, maybe, I don't know, bring back Vulture just to tell us that he's safe from Sony Spunk universe and he's not stuck over there.
You're wishing for too much.
Maybe
Vulture's going to come back more.
There's got to be a give and take here. Equivalent exchange and all that crap.
Oh, man.
Vulture comes back. He's like half Morbius. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, no. What if Jared Leto comes back and gets the Venom and no?
Oh.
It's like Haunted Mansion, right? Jared Leto's there, but you can't see him because he's not really in the movie because it's mainly Venom. That way.
I love that you can talk about like Marvel's plans with Spider-Man and you can kind of make sense of what they're doing. And then the moment you mention Sony's universe, you're like, right. So how do they cheese a reference to Sinister Six and Kraven possibly being in New York? Because they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Like, you just know it.
You go from a nice, neat Venn diagram of how everything's going to work out to like full Charlie Day.
Yeah.
With the red string board.
Pepe Silva. Who's Pepe Silva? Who's Kraven? Who's Kraven? Where's Morbius? I don't know. That's honestly how it goes. So, you can picture Avi Arad trying to do that. Like, that's how he was trying to explain to Michael Keaton how he's in Morbius. And he was like, sure, that's it. That's the one. It's like, yeah.
And he's like, I'm already doing Flash with the money, so why not just do this?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Because remember Keaton in Flash? God damn. It's hard to believe that the Flash was like a year ago at this point.
Oh, God.
I'm not gonna lie. You mentioned Keaton and Flash, and I sat here in silence because I was like, "What the hell is he talking about?" And then I remembered he was back as Batman. My God,
that movie actually happened.
Yeah, Keaton had the same idea as you. How he got there.
Put it this way, people forgot the Flash came out last year so bad. It's not even got. Is it even in the Razzies?
No, that's Shazam and Quantumania.
Yeah, like people actually forgot the Flash.
Oh, crazy. For
good reason, though. That movie was like AI generated, but
100% a good reason. Like you can't say otherwise. And if you really think about everything that's happened with films in recent memory and delayed productions and everything, I'm actually glad that Spider-Man 4 is taking a lot longer to get to us, because it tells me they're not rushing it and that they worked out those old contracts, which was like, get the next Spider-Man film out within 3 years, start production by a year and a half. It's like they're not restricted by that anymore because of the partnership, which makes me think that Spider-Man 4 could be something real special that they got up their sleeve, and they're just waiting.
It depends on what production is, right? Because if there's talks of there's a villain that's never been done in live action before, they've obviously started production to an extent.
Right.
Like, I can see Feige being like, or whoever owns the contracts, Iger or whoever, being like, hey, it counts. Just let it slide. We'll let it slide.
Yeah. So I guess it's good news on the Spider-Man front. Villain we've never seen before, which is good because I did not want like, oh, here's MCU's Green Goblin. It's like, no, we've already seen the Goblin now. Like, that's redundant.
I mean, if it's Hobgoblin.
True. Well, they're going to definitely do that, though. Yeah. That's definitely going to happen.
100%. They got to have a Goblin.
100%, yeah. So we'll see. Pretty exciting. All good things happening for Spider-Man, I guess, and all sorts of things happening for Spider-Man adjacent, Spider-Man, non-Spider-Man projects for Sony. So thumbs up for them, I guess. Sony. But that's actually the end of the show. That's all I got. The extra is the bonus topic where we're going to talk about MCU continuity. So, boy, that was like a good 6 or 7 topics for everybody. We came back strong with this week's podcast. Yeah. Yep. Anything else closing up? I don't think we've missed anything big this week. Maybe we did. I'm not sure.
No, I'm still traumatized by Americans putting salt in tea, to be honest.
Yeah, it is a thing that I guess Americans do. So
I kind of want to try it. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want to. Well,
see, I know like Ricardo probably does this, but you probably put salt into your pre-workout, right?
What the hell?
No, what?
Yo, podcast.
Hold up. How do you go to the gym and you don't put salt in your pre-workout?
Why you put salt in your pre-workout?
It gets it faster into your stream. It gives you a sick pump. It's the electrolytes. They like super boost you. Oh my! Great. Now I'm just gonna go show up at Ricardo's gym and shove a bunch of salt into his pre-workout. Great, this is what's happening now.
We might have to exchange pre-workouts so I can show you what I use.
I'm pretty sure we can't mention what you use on YouTube, but
oh damn, the accusations! Oh, God damn,
hey, man.
I injected into my ribs.
Oh, Ricardo's becoming the Rock slowly. It's all natural, trust me.
Just trying to make Ricardo OD on salt, huh?
Oh my God. All we got to do is just pour Snyder fans into pre-workouts and it's infinite salt. Life hack. It's just...
Yo, you become like the strongest human known to man.
I just want to be clear. Are you liquefying them or are you actually just putting them that whole?
You just find their tweets. Find their tweets,
convert tweets into salt.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody's got to invent this machine. Hey, Musk, convert tweets into salt. Come on, get on it. Get on it, Musk.
Musk can't even dress himself. He ain't gonna make that.
Just use like a flavored 3D printer. You're done.
Yep.
That sounds like some Nintendo shit.
Oh,
is that how they make the Switch cartridges taste so bad?
Probably.
So, I guess this podcast is done, everybody. So make sure you support your local art house indie film and go see Madam Web in a couple of weeks.
I just can't believe you outed yourself as putting salt in pre-workout.
Don't knock it till you try it. I'm telling you.
I mean, that's crazy. Yes.
I'm also told the G Fuel might be doing a Sonic run, so I might have to get Sonic whatever they put out, and hopefully it doesn't taste
I had their Sonic drink like last year. It was like in a can, and surprisingly, it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Shay just bought that for me, but I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, they made like 4 of them, but the most popular one is, I think it's mango rings. That's
the one I just got. Yep, that's the one.
It's actually pretty good. Like G Fuel is very memey, but like their flavors is actually pretty good.
Oh, their flavors are great. Yeah.
You guys really will just buy anything, wouldn't you?
Yes.
I mean, look, if it gives me the caffeine fix I need.
Yeah.
I mean, just drink tea. It's got more caffeine than coffee.
Yo, you end this podcast. This man talking about tea energy. Yo.
I mean, yeah.
Mitch is so British. He's got to bring it back around to that tea.
I'm just stunned someone put salt in it.
This is why we declared independence from you people.
Yeah, but you used the French to do it.
Somewhere right now, Jared is literally screaming, somebody mentioned independence, and I need to say 1776. Oh, man. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us for this revolutionary podcast. See, I'm tying it to the 1776, everybody. That's me. Tying it all the way back around. So, go vote for your local crooked politician and join us probably next week if we get another show out, or maybe not. You never know how it's going to go, but we'll catch you all next time.